Hey guys, B-Town223 here, and at the start of the year of 2014 means it's time to give my top 5 games of the year. Now, I'll do one game per console and then one overall uh, game of the year. The consoles I'll be talking about are the PS4, Xbox 360, the 3DS, the PC, and then I will give you my overall champion. So for the PS4, my choice was Need for Speed Rivals by EA. I think one of the main reasons I enjoyed it was it's one of the first next-gen games to make the leap to next-gen, incorporating its abilities. Uh, this is displayed by the open world multiplayer, which is the where you can play the story, quote unquote story, with other people online. And I think this is a huge deal because it makes the world itself feel more alive. The game itself looks beautiful. There's tons of cars to drive around, and I think this game personally revives the racing genre. I think a big problem with the racing genre is when you're the only one being chased by the cops, when you're the only one that's in the races, it makes it feel like you're alone and you're the only one that's being the bad guy or the criminal or the cop itself. But with the online multiplayer being the story also, it lets you interact. It lets you see cop chases going by, chasing down other players. So you don't feel like you're the only one live. And this was a huge selling point for me, and I really enjoyed it because I was able to play the way I wanted to. I didn't have to just keep joining races. I could just run into another guy on online and then just chase him down or crash him or race him. And that's one of my games of the year for the PS4. And for the Xbox, we have GTA 5. I think it made a huge leap from GTA 4. If you played GTA 4, you know it looked awful. The characters were very one-dimensional, and I did get tired of hearing Nico, let's go bowling. In this game, you get 3 characters. They're all entertaining and interesting. The story itself has that awesome, to the point where it's humorous feel, not as far as Saints Row goes, but it's drastic enough to be extremely entertaining to get the action you've desired. The map itself is huge. You can drive across it forever, and there's tons of things to do in it. There's plenty of things to do on the side, like flying, parachuting, driving around a boat, raiding jails, military bases, strip clubs. In GTA 4, all you had to do was the missions, or you could just get chased down by the cops. There wasn't much variety in what you could do, and the multiplayer wasn't much of a multiplayer. There were more mini games. GTA Online is huge. It lets you become characters, customize them the way you want to, and play with your friends on GTA. And it's very enjoyable, and that's why GTA 5 is my game of the year for the Xbox 360. My game of the year for the Nintendo 3DS is Pokemon X and Y. Again, another game with huge improvements to it, and obviously one of the biggest being they added a new type, Fairy type, which is super effective to Dragon, which if you are familiar with Pokemon, you know that it was very much needed. One of the big changes in the gameplay is the full 3D battles, and this itself is really entertaining to see. There's no more just Pokemon falling through the floor, like shifting side to side. They're actually moving. They're flying, or they're doing their moves. And another big improvement in the battles is the Mega Evolutions. It adds a whole new strategic element to the game, and it just makes your Pokemon look even cooler. The fact that Nintendo's able to make reoccurring games and make the jump from the original DS to the 3DS with this many improvements is a huge selling point. Because even with the next-gen consoles, the games that are being the first next-gen games aren't really demonstrating what it can do. The 3D Pokemon to be on the full 3D, and it is really stepping it up. The story is really good. It's very entertaining. My only problem with it is the enemies themselves, the Team Flare. That's pretty lame. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But overall, I'm really enjoying the game, and I am fanboy Pokemon, and that's why it's my game for the 3DS. For the PC, I have Payday 2. Payday 2 I picked up on the Steam Winter Sale, and it is a great game. It was probably one of the best decisions I made this winter. If you've seen the movie The Town, you enjoyed it, you will love this game. I don't know if one of them was based off the other, but they're very similar. Another great thing is you choose how to play. You can either go in stealth or you can go in loud. Both have advantages. Like if you go in loud, you're a lot more protected in case when the cops come. When you go stealthily, the cops don't have to come, but it's pretty hard. And the missions themselves are really awesome. You know, the fact that you can take out security room to take out the cameras, and then you have to take out the guards, and then hold down the civilians and tie them up, and to make sure that no one knows anything, to have ECM jammers ready to stop anybody from calling the cops or like answering a pager from a guard, really makes the game next level in originality. And the multiplayer is great. You really have to rely on your teammates to pick you up if you mess up, and so I really enjoy playing with my friends. And that's why Payday 2 is my game of the year for the PC. Now, for my overall game of the year champion, my game of the year, I don't know what your opinions are, but my game of the year is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. The story itself is incredible, and honestly, I used it for an excuse to spend hours a day sitting up in my room playing it. The fact that it's the race against the clock to save the world is a valid excuse. There is plenty of customization, although it does favor stealth. You can go in loud, but it obviously wants you to play stealthily. It's really hard to play loud in this game. The game itself is good looking. I personally enjoyed the way it looked. I really thought it was a great game in general. The multiplayer Spies vs. Mercs they brought back from Chaos Theory. It's really fun and really easy to get into. The controls are quick to learn, and it's very fast-paced multiplayer. It's not slow like what the single player could seem like. It's not slow stealth. It's very fast-paced, the multiplayer, and the controls are very easy to learn. And since the teams are small, it's usually 3v3 at most, it's easy to get full lobbies and to be able to have fun knowing that you're playing as a spy or you're playing as a merc and the challenges that come along with each class. And so that's why Splinter Cell Blacklist is my game of the year. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.